Hey everybody, it's Kelsey here. I wanted to make a quick video on cheat meals. I know that it's summertime and a lot of people are enjoying themselves. They're going on vacation, they're getting out their normal routines, and a lot of times on vacation we do enjoy the food that we're eating. And so I wanted to kind of hit a little bit on that. I myself just got back from one on vacation, and of course we went out and enjoyed ourselves. We had a couple of nice meals. So I just want to hit this real quick. I get this asked of me a lot, is about how can I work around a cheat meal, or how much is too much, or whatnot. So I have 5 tips that I'm going to go over today to try to help you guys out a little bit and give you a little bit of information. So the first thing I would say is to have somewhat of a plan when you're going into a cheat meal. So if you know that you're going to be out of town, you're going to be off your normal routine. People always say if you fail to prep is prepping to fail. So you don't necessarily have to have everything weighed out or planned out, but if you know that, say, you're there from Monday through Friday and Wednesday is the day that y'all decide y'all are going to go out and have a nice dinner, plan for that in your calories that day. So maybe don't overindulge at the breakfast time if you know you're going to have another big meal that day. So kind of know when to expect said cheat meal, and kind of make sure that you're modifying the calories around that cheat meal. The second tip that I would have is to, if possible, make that cheat meal a lunchtime or midday meal. Reason being, you're going to have used less amount of your calories throughout the day if you have eaten that meal or consumed that meal in the middle of the day. If you wait till nighttime, you've already, say if you get 1,600 calories a day and you have breakfast and then you have a lunch and you only have about 400 calories left in your day, you're pretty guaranteed to go over and then your calories for the day, and then put yourself into a caloric surplus. So if you know that you're going to be having a cheat meal, if you can make it a lunch meal, do that, and then you can get back on track after that. So I would say to avoid, so number 3 would be to avoid heavy fat meals. So for an example, if you want to go for a pasta is a lot more carbs, but the sauce is where you find the fat. So I would say to use a meal that's more carb heavy than a meal that is more fat heavy. Carbs will leave the system, your digestive system, faster than fats will. It takes the body the longest to clean up, digest, break through, and remove fats from the stomach and the intestinal system than it does carbs. Carbs are actually the fastest to be digested. So if you're having a multi-macro meal, something that is mixed with carbs, fats, and proteins, it's going to slow all of that down a little bit more. But if you are going to pick a said cheat meal, try to find one or select one that is more carb heavy than fat heavy. I'm not saying you can't enjoy yourself, just being conscious of your decisions. Tip number 4 would be to avoid over-consuming alcohol during these cheat meals. So the body's ability to break down fat is the slowest. When you combine that with alcohol consumption, it slows that down even farther. So if you're having a nice hearty meal or a nice fatty meal, having alcohol with that is going to even further slow down that system's ability to get that on out of your stomach and on out of here. So I would say to avoid over-consuming alcohol during your cheat meal or after having a bunch of alcohol after said cheat meal. That brings me to the 5th tip, which is make it a cheat meal, not a cheat day. We need to delete the phrase cheat day from our vocabularies, because there is no such thing. If you want to have a meal, that is different than having a day. So you can easily compound 10,000 calories or more in a cheat day, and it only takes 3,500 calories per pound. So if you have been working all week, 4 weeks, months to try to get yourself to a place where you're happy with going on vacation, and then you're going to spoil that more than likely with a cheat day. And then if you think about combining that with other days that you're on vacation, going into caloric surplus and overconsumption, it's just going to compound and compound on top of itself. So remembering to try to plan when your meal is going to be, trying to make that meal earlier in the day just to save yourself calorically. I'm not saying it has to be in the middle of the day. Feel free to have a cheat meal at night. Just make sure ahead of time we're watching those calorie consumption numbers coming in. Try to find a more carb versus fat heavy meal. if you're going to be indulging. Also trying, number 4, to not overconsume alcohol. I'm not saying you can't have any, but that does slow down the process even more. And then making, number 5, it just a meal versus a day or string of cheat days, because you are just undoing all the work you've done. And our whole goal here is to be as healthy and happy as possible. With that, we need to be able to enjoy our food. So I hope that this has been insightful or helped somebody. And if you have any other ideas of videos that you may want to see, go ahead and drop those in the comments below, because I'm looking forward to doing more videos. I want to help as many people as possible, and I really enjoy all this nutrition stuff. So I want to share it with you guys. So if y'all have any questions or concerns or any ideas of anything, just drop it below, and we'll see you next time.